Now, okay, we told you what non-dual bhakti is, how it looks, what it is, and now we're going to tell you how to get it. It's the scripture. We tell you what it is, we define it, get you clear what it is, and now we tell you how to get it. If we don't tell you how to get it, what's the point? Great teachers, meaning Vedanta, has declared the means for achieving non-dual devotion. It's assuming you think you don't have it. And you don't. So you want to get it? Here's what you do. One gains devotion, what? By giving up sense gratifications and associations with worldly objects. See, it starts to get kind of uncomfortable here, right? See, it's starting to cost. Huh? And I said it already, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Don't think, oh yeah, I'll just keep on smoking and drinking and la-di-da, and carrying on, and I'll get non-dual devotion. It's not that it doesn't work that way. You got to let go of those habits, those tamasic and rajasic habits that disturb your mind and extrovert your mind. You just have to do it. That's all. If you think you're going to get this non-dual devotion and keep all your bad habits and your associations with useless people, and you've probably got useless people in your life, it's not going to work. Whenever you get around those people, what's going to happen? It's going to set up that same vibration in you, and what? And your freedom, it's going to go. Just the way it is. The habits, all of that, you got to look into your lifestyle and make the changes. Chasing stuff. One achieves, and what do you do? Keep your mind constantly on what? On the self. In other words, I need a devotional style of life. I need to ritualize my devotion. So that what do? I develop spiritual vasanas. I have to walk away from worldly vasanas and at the same time develop, however, everything's the Lord. You choose however you want to worship, but you do it consciously, you do it with love, and what? You build that spiritual vasana up. One achieves devotion by, and how do you do it? Well, we're doing that now. This is one of our ritual practices. One achieves devotion by hearing and talking about the Supreme Lord's special qualities in every relationship. You find God in every relationship. You hear it, you go to satsang, you study the scripture, you read the text. You start understanding what aspects of reality are sattvic manifestations of the self and which aren't. In the 10th chapter of the Gita is talking about, we're talking now Ishvara knowledge now. The first 6 chapters are about Jiva and Jiva's problems and Karma Yoga and doership. And the next 6 chapters deal with what? Upasana Yoga or Ishvara knowledge. And in the 10th chapter of the Gita, it talks about the glories of the Lord. These are because, we have a hard time at first seeing God shining in everything. Non-dual bhakta sees God shining in everything. But before you got that, you need to look for special instances, because there are certain instances, certain things that appear in your environment that are particularly spiritual. That you're not cultivated to look, you're not trained to look for them, so you ignore them. So in the 10th chapter of the Gita, it tells you it gives you a whole bunch of examples. A lot of those won't be meaningful to you because the Gita was written like 2,300 years ago to Hindus, and so a lot of those examples there or it won't be understandable to you, but it says, for example, it says, wherever you see something extraordinary, a beautiful sunset, an amazing mountain, I told you about those hummingbirds. All I have to do is look at a hummingbird and my mind immediately sees God. Immediately. How? There's no explanation for that. A bird that can do that and fly backwards and go all the way to South America and come back and tap on the window and tell you, huh? Impossible. There's all these special situations where there's incredible power and glory and beauty. In your life, you just have to look. You have to train yourself to look for it. When you see somebody who's really brilliant, you know very well how they're really intelligent and just totally brilliant, has radiance. You see those people? That's not. And Ishwara says, that's me. When you see, he said, I'm the brilliance in the brilliant. I'm the brilliance in the brilliant. So a person, you know, people, these smart guys, they take credit for it. You know, and society gives them a big break because they're smart, particularly brilliant. But it's not. They didn't create that, did they? You see a very intelligent person? In the Vedanta world, I meet a lot of super intelligent people. And or particularly loving people, where you see a person who has unconditional love. That's Ishwara. You learn to pick that out. So you start, so now, and you worship that. And then the next stage of the bhakti is even harder. The next stage is what? In the next chapter, chapter 11 of the Gita, Ishwara presents his total cosmic form, not just the good stuff, not just the beautiful stuff, but Ishwara presents both. How are we doing? Is it time? We still got time?
I think it's time for lunch soon. Yeah, like 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We'll quit. Ishwara presents. Arjuna asks Ishwara, wants to see everything. Wants to see the whole of Ishwara. He says, I really want to know all of you, Lord. And so Krishna, as Ishwara, appears in all this amazing glory, and then he shows all the ugly, the pain, the suffering, the violence, the hate, everything. Shows everything. And Arjuna says, oh my God, please take that away. First of all, he's in a state of awe, and then he's in a state of total fear. Because he cannot, he doesn't have the devotion that allows him to see, accept the fear, the ugliness, the pain, the suffering, and all that. He's shown all that. You know, and until you're able to accept and understand the pain and the suffering here, and it's very hard to do, your devotion is not going to be non-dual. He really presents it there. These are stages in the Ishwara, love of Ishwara. Because if you exclude anything, you're not free, are you? Understand? So he said, one achieves devotion by worshiping the Lord ceaselessly in all its forms, good and bad.